76. Moral superiority.
Moral superiority. Love this. Moral superiority. Superiority. Moral superiority. Also, self-righteousness, the moral high ground. Oh boy. An ancient, immoral, and extremely dangerous fallacy enunciated in Thomistic scholastic philosophy in the late Middle Ages, arguing that evil has no rights, that the good and the righteous are bound to respect. That way lies torture, heretic burning, and the Spanish Inquisition. Those who practiced this vicious fallacy rejected any moral equivalency, example, even-handed treatment between themselves, the righteous, and their enemies, the wicked, against whom anything is fair and to whom nothing must be conceded, not even the right to left. This fallacy is a specific denial of the ancient golden rule and has been the cause of endless, intractable conflicts since if one is righteous, no negotiation with evil and its minions is possible. The only imaginable road to a just peace is through total victory, i.e., the absolute defeat and liquidation of one's wicked enemies. American folk singer and Nobel laureate Bob Dylan expertly demolishes this fallacy in his 1963 protest song "With God on Our Side." See also the appeal to heaven and moving the goalposts. Hmm. So essentially what this one is saying is it's like justifying one's actions because we are righteous, genocide is okay. To stop the evil ones from committing genocide here, essentially.
Yeah, it's a denial of the ancient golden rule.
Yeah.
So, and just because we haven't mentioned exactly what it is, golden rule is, treat others the way you want to be treated,
Mhm.
which is how I lived my life for a while until like this year when somebody said a better version. Then I'm like, oh, that's way better. Treat others how they want to be treated, um, not necessarily how you want to be treated. And I'm like, okay, that makes way more sense because they're uh I'm autistic, and so the way I want to be treated is not how the way that other people necessarily want to be treated. And so like, yeah, the golden rule for a while was like that doesn't I feel this isn't working, and then no, treat others how they want to be treated. Oh, that's much better. That's way better.
Got you.
Yeah, I think that's that. I don't have a specific example for this one. Did you have any thoughts on this one?
Hmm.
I'm really trying to think of an example.
I definitely know that I fell into this category for a long time. Uh, I don't know if I have a specific story because I think this was more of a way of being for me for a long time. So it's like it commanded how I was.
Can
Uh,
you describe that
yeah,
as
yeah,
best
yeah,
you
yeah.
can into a story?
Sure, 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 sure. Like a simple example, we've talked about this before in the past where like when we were asked to go do mailers or to do graduation letters, it's like this would normally be something that's not okay, but because I am a moral person, it is okay. Like
Yeah.
something like that. And so it's like, or someone who is trying to an example is like actual human traffickers might do something like this, and so we got to do it so that we can beat them at their own game or something like that. Like that's like I could at one point I could see myself like being okay with that type of behavior because I was so obsessed at one point in my life with being self-righteous or being morally superior. And for me, the reason that that was happening was because I was really afraid of doing things wrong, so much so that I needed to reframe. uh, everything in my world to match a narrative that I was perfect or had it all figured out or that I was, good. Because I deeply feared, rejection. I deeply feared abandonment. And it was my belief at the time that if I wasn't perfect, if I didn't do something without any blemish, then I was going to be abandoned and rejected. Um,
I
by the
remember multiple times throughout just knowing you for how long? Like 14 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Um, there were many times where you were like, I got it all figured out. And then like 6 months later, you're like, when I said I had it all figured out, I was full of shit. Now I have it all figured out. And then a year later, you're like, my life got turned upside down.
Yeah,
Now I have it all figured out.
yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, that's so true.
And you still don't. You
No,
never do. You
no,
never do.
no. Just doing my best with what I got. Oh man. Yeah. No, it was huge though. This is a really tender one for me, honestly, that we're like talking about it. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of pain wrapped up in this one for me. A lot of pain. Um, yeah, I don't know if there's much more to like I don't know if there's much more detail to go in on it other than like I remember grappling onto moral superiority and self-righteousness as though it was a life or death situation, like genuinely. Um, yeah, I really genuinely believed that if I wasn't morally superior in every situation, that I was going to be totally abandoned. I really believed that. Um, so I was living in a constant state of hypervigilance to every word, every action, people's experience of my words and of my reactions or of my actions, so that I could manage all of it, that it would make me always on the moral high ground, always. And that has cost me a ton in my lifetime. So this is a sensitive one for me for sure.
Awesome. I appreciate you sharing. Uh, one of the earlier fallacies Sarah, my girlfriend Sarah, and I watched was um, I forget exactly what it was, but one of the also names for it was "I'm trying my best," and that was something that Sarah used to say a lot for herself.
Yeah.
And then she heard that fallacy, and like I know it's a common phrase to just say like I'm trying really hard, and it's like you should have some level of respect of how much effort I'm putting into trying to be better.
Yeah.
Um, but the fallacy is that the point where you say I'm trying my best, therefore I can never be better than how much I'm trying right now, and like that's not true, right?
Yeah.
So I have been trying to make a point where anytime I ever accidentally say I'm trying my best, um, just I think just for me and Sarah, because I think colloquially people know what you mean, but between Sarah and I'm like, no, wait, I'm trying really hard, but I can always do better.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Very good. All right.